All right, real quick, we're gonna address the hypocrisy once again coming from this group known as IUIC, from this guy who calls himself Deacon Asaph. Once again, which I acknowledge him as the cleanup man. His job is just to clean up all the oil spills and the mess that IUIC makes, and he's just there to try to make IUIC look good and to try to patch things up and clean things up. So we're gonna address his hypocrisy real quick, addressing the whole Sicarii situation, giving all praises to Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai by Shem HaRachakodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders here at Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the Lord's hopefully elect. So he decided to speak. So let's address it real quick.
As you see, I'm the only one that's going to discuss it. We have hundreds of camps, and not one of our camps is going to address it because we don't move like niggas. You men that was running to go and make videos, y'all are, that's why we call y'all black Hebrew Israelites. Okay? What was going on between that man and his woman, it seemed like his woman is not his woman. She was disgruntled that she took text between him and her on her phone and made it public. And another nigga that was amongst the Sicarii leader went live with it. Okay, that's nigga stuff. That's not how a man of God move. I'm watching video of this man putting his phone number up and then bringing the text up, talking about, and you niggas, you make me sick. Whoever don't like the N-word, you need to leave because it's going to be said a lot tonight. Because you don't move like men of God. Y'all move like niggas. Okay? The same thing that we're trying not to portray to the world is what you display. Based on what I saw on social media, because like I said, I haven't spoken to any of them, but a lot of people were sending us this stuff. And while we trying to portray an image to the community of unity, there was a whole bunch of stuff going on with this camp. And it was just video after video, back and forth. And the stuff that Sicarii leader was into, he was wrong. He was dead wrong for what he was going through. Even though it's between him and his woman, it was sin. And all you had to do, brother, was just don't make no videos. Stop making videos. What you was doing was sin, and you need to speak to your men around you that you could trust, and don't make no videos.
All right, so you heard what he said. So to address that part at the end there, that's exactly the same thing we at Great Millstone said. Hell, I myself said that when it first came out. Go check. I think I titled it the remedy. The one remedy. I said the exact same thing, because he said, using Alazar's own words in his video, he said, a just man falls 7 times, but I believe the man is examined by how he tries to stand up, something like that. So even we said, as well as apostles to Sahar said, as well as the other brothers said the same thing. All you have to do is go out there and teach 100% truth, Paul's doctrine, that is the word of Yahweh. Take the fitted cap off, teach 100% truth, hit the highways and byways by yourself, get off the internet, no more social media this, no more rubbing shoulders with this person, that person, and do that till the missiles drop, and there's a chance that you could be saved if you do that, if you're of the elect. That's the same message we gave out. So while this guy thinks that, he's late to the party and he thinks he's doing something noble, we did the same advice. Now, to address the beginning part, this is hypocrisy. His thing, like he said, they're trying to set themselves up as, oh, this is how we deal with situations properly. We're not going to go public with, like private information that's between him and his mom, and et cetera, et cetera. Like they don't do that. Well, first of all, they have a track record of doing that. Okay. Second of all, and I have an example. Now, that whole situation that happened in IUIC, the adultery, right? How do we know about it? How do we know about the adultery that went on in IUIC? You don't remember? Let's play it.
Let me look at it. There should be 2 names on it. Yep, put that on the screen. So, this is Brother Asshole and Sister Ahola. I didn't say that. I said Asshole. Asshole. That's what I'm going to call him. Brother Asshole and Sister Ahola. Ahola's one of the sisters we just read about in Ezekiel 23. These are 2 members in IUIC. Go back to the first one now. Or the second one, Canada. So we're going to talk about brother Asshole. As A-Z. Oh, I'm not saying the word. So now brother Asshole, as you can see at the top, he's married. That's his lovely wife on the left. Sister Ahola on the bottom left is married to brother so-and-so. Okay? Now give me the next one. What happened? This all took place during men's conference. Officer Liam, can you read this?
Yes, sir.
Now, brother Asshole is the one in the blue. The sister is the one in black.
Okay. I don't have to play anymore. You know what happened, right? How do we know about this story? Oh, it's because Bishop Nathaniel decided to air it out. Why he did it, we don't know. Even to this day, we're confused as to why exactly he did this. Unless he was trying to make a public example, but according to him, he said they're still in IUIC, I don't know. But he decided to go public with this. And not only that, but they made jokes about it. He made joke about it. He was laughing about it. Yes, now what these two individuals did was wrong. Now, unless you were going to make a public example out of them and making the statement saying we will not tolerate this is adultery, it's a sin, they're kicked out. If you do it again, anybody out there, we're going to find out, we're going to get rid of you. So unless that was the goal, showing these text messages, even with the guys, the brother's penis, the back and forth between that guy and the woman, yes, it was adultery, so technically they weren't husband and wife, but nevertheless, that's still being intimate, that's still being revealing a lot of information, especially the one with the man's penis. You did all this for the whole world to see, and you made a joke about it. Now, according to, you just heard what Deacon Asaph said. Okay, sure, he didn't put the phone number up there, but you're still showing private information and talking amongst each other. So you see the hypocrisy of this group. They try to sit up here and act like they're this polished group. And we would never do nothing like that. We don't move like you guys. We don't move like niggas. That's how niggas move. Well, wait a minute. According to your definition, how do you explain exactly this here, what your leader, Bishop Nathaniel, is doing? How do you explain it? Isn't this still a negative outlook on the Israelite community? Isn't this something that makes it look bad? Huh? I got news for you. We ourselves, personally, we wouldn't even do this. We wouldn't do what Sicarii did. But we understand. If you got spiritual discernment, you understand this is judgment from the Lord in the working. Okay? If you don't have spiritual discernment, then you're just not going to understand. So Deacon Asaph trying to use this opportunity to showcase themselves as some type of leaders leading by example. But your whole track record actually goes against what it is that what you're trying to say. We know about your adultery case because your leader decided to air it out, and he even put pictures and faces and text messages and even penises. That's how we know about it, and he made a joke about it. So he's making fun of them. How do we know about the whole situation with one of your members and a goat with doing something questionable? How exactly do we know about that? Oh, it was your leader, Bishop Nathaniel, that aired that out. Why did he air that out? To this day, I don't understand. Because unless you was kicking the man out, and unless you actually accusing him of bestiality, like you're not saying he is, and you're not saying he didn't. Right? That was the whole point. He brought it out to make fun of him. He didn't condemn him. He just told the story to make fun of him. Oh, but I didn't say the name. Yeah, okay, so you mean to tell me that your men in the congregation aren't going to figure out who just lost the RV to a fire and put the two, and who's in the hospital, and put two to two together? You just aired out his business. And like I said, you better hope that he's guilty of what you're assuming, because if not, you just stained his name and stained his reputation. The only reason we know that is because you brought that out. So they just air out people's business when somebody has a fall or something like that, and they air it out. But they're going to try to sit up here and say like, yeah, we don't move like that. You're a fucking liar, man. You a damn hypocrite. Because in the other video, I'm not even going to play it, but he said, Great Millstone, we a bunch of niggas because we do videos and all this. Bottom line is, he's trying to use his opportunity to say, we would never. That's what your whole track record is. And we know, you know stories about Gina Blue. Yes, we know about Gina Blue. If you don't know anything about Gina Blue, okay, she was a woman who was in IUIC looking for a husband. And it didn't work out the way she wanted to. So she got disgruntled, right? And what did IUIC decide to do? They decided to air out her public information, her private information. And they even gave her nicknames like Gina Blue Waffle. This is the things that they've done, and they want to try to act like, oh, we would never do something like that. You're known for doing that. You put people's businesses on display. You ruin people's businesses. How many men have left that group and they could testify that they've been shoehorned out of their business and extorted and what's the word? Is it extorted? Yeah, extorted out of their businesses by your men, by one of your leaders like Bishop Kanai. How many men can come out and actually testify to that? Hurt people who actually hurt. You had the brother Kashalakia and his wife, who Kanai referred to him as the pocket. Covetous. Said what? They got shoehorned out of their own businesses, and the next thing you know, that brother's in the spirit world. And as the scripture says, which I'm going to read, you damn hypocrites, you devour widows' houses. And the scripture says that the Lord hears the prayers of the widows, so you better hope that everything was made good with her, because if not, her prayer is against you, and the Lord says that he hears the prayer of the widow. These guys are a bunch of hypocrites, literally want to sit up here and we would never do nothing like that. Yeah, I wouldn't. You just did it. How else do we know about your situation with adultery? And you did it to make fun of them. You see, these are blatant hypocrites. And then, of course, you got to throw GMS in there, right? That's the only reason I'm saying this, because, GMS, yeah, you bunch of niggas. You guys aren't setting a good example. We wouldn't do that. That's all you do. What do you mean? You do worse. You ruin people's businesses. You ruin people's lives. And all the footage is on the internet, man. And and this is what you guys don't get. The Lord got polite ass for talking all that shit against Great Millstone. Right when Alizé again accused us again of having some type of sexual decency, that's when the Lord made a move on his ass. So you guys gonna find out, the more you keep talking that shit, the more the Lord gonna come to our defense, man. Because he's tired of the hypocrisy. He's tired of it. Right when he said, oh, that would put a stain on us bad, saying, you can deal with little 9-year-old. That's when the Lord made his move right then and there. He said, I had enough of this guy. So let you guys keep running your mouth over there and see what the Lord do to you guys. Matthew 23. Then spec Yahweh shot. And that guy Deacon, they said that guy's a demon, man. He's just a cleanup man. His job is just to polish and clean up all the oil spills that happen in IUIC. He knows it's bad. He knows everything looks bad. His job is just to make it clean and make it look polished. That's it. He's the cleanup guy. He's not a man of sincerity. He's not a man of integrity or decency. Okay, because one of his previous rants, he again labeled us pedophiles again in his previous rants, when prior to that he said he wouldn't do it again. He's a fucking hypocrite, man. Matthew 23, a chapter that they don't go to. You ever heard IUIC go through Matthew 23? Huh? This is Yahweh cursing their ass the fuck out. He says, then spake Yahweh to the multitude. I'm just going to read a few. And to the disciples, saying, the scribes and Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. All, therefore, whatsoever they bid you observe, that observe and do, but do not after their works, for they say and do not. They say and do not. Hypocrites. Verse 5, but all their works they do for to be seen of men. They make broad their phylacteries and enlarge the borders of their garments, and love the uppermost rooms at feasts and the chief seats in the synagogues. He's calling you out. The whole chapter curses them out. I'm just trying to hit the one point. 25, woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye may clean the outside of the cup and the platter, but within they are full of extortion and excess. Okay, extortion and IUIC is a common word associated with IUIC. So thou blind Pharisee, clean first that which is within the cup and the platter, then the outside of them may be clean also. So how about you actually apply the damn things you saying before you go on this rant, sitting up here like, yeah, we don't never do that, motherfucker. We got receipts of you doing that. You know, bunch of liars, man. Even so, ye also outwardly appear righteous unto men, but within ye are full of hypocrisy and iniquity. Let me get the widows verses, because that's something big, man. Oh, verse 14, I skipped over it, okay? It says, woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye devour widows' houses, and for a pretense make long prayer, therefore ye shall receive the greater damnation. So yes, that family with Kashalakia, who Kanai referred to as the pocket. Okay, one of the last videos you see of him was him and his wife pleading for IUIC to make things right with them being wronged by one of their bishops, Kanai, and how they got shoehorned out of their business, and how they reached out to Bishop Nathaniel hoping that he would do something, and they said he didn't do anything. And to this day, not a word. And then next thing you know, the brothers in the spirit world. So if things weren't right with that family, the widow's prayer is made against that group. And just know the Lord is going to address those prayers, man. With that, shalom.